Hello and welcome. My name is Daboka Chalegwa, and this is the first and introductory part of a three-part talk that is being given as a contribution to Prof. Sormani's Inspiring Talks in Mathematics series or initiative. So I suppose before getting into any further details, I should give a bit of a background on myself. Well, I come from Botswana, which is a small country of roughly around 3 million people in southern Africa. So there's Botswana. It's a small landlocked country where there are more cattle than there are people. That's one tidbit that is often shared when one talks about Botswana. All right, so I did my undergraduate at the University of Botswana, which is located in Gaborone, the main or capital city of the country. And this was followed by a move to South Africa and Cape Town in particular, where I joined the African Institute for Mathematical Sciences. This is another initiative with a very inspiring and interesting story and objective. So they offer an accelerated top master's program that lasts for about 10 months, where one is introduced to several topics in mathematics and mathematical sciences. And if you are interested in their mandate and the origins and objectives of this initiative, I will also include a link in the video description and you can check it out for yourself. In any case, after completing my studies at the African Institute for Mathematical Sciences, I moved about 40 kilometers away from Cape Town to Stellenbosch and joined Stellenbosch University for a master's by research, I suppose, a research master's. Then this was also followed by a doctorate still within Stellenbosch University. And my advisors were Gareth Boxall and Florian Breuer. After completing my studies, I moved across the world, I suppose, to Toronto, Canada, and I joined the Fields Institute for Research in Mathematical Sciences. And I will also add a link to the institution's website. It would also be worthwhile exploring. They have a variety of programs and everything mathematical, basically, from research to programs that are geared towards undergraduates and public engagement of mathematics. Oh, rather coincidentally, right there on the Field's website, the AIMS website also just appeared. Indeed, there is an affiliation between AIMS and the Fields Institute. Right. So in Canada, I was affiliated with Fields as well as McMaster University, and this is where I did my postdoctoral studies or postdoctoral fellowships. And after my stint in Canada, I moved all the way back to South Africa, and I am currently located in Johannesburg as at the time of given this recording. And in a couple of weeks, I will be joining the University of Pretoria as a lecturer, if you are familiar with the British nomenclature, or assistant professor, if you rather prefer the North American way of naming. All right, so on to the next part of the introduction. Well, I am very, very grateful and actually honored and would like to thank Prof. Sormani for extending me an invitation to give a talk in the Inspiring Talks series. So these talks are primarily aimed at undergraduate students who have covered at least a course on linear algebra and vector calculus. And that is the background that we will be assuming in our talk today. And indeed, I would also encourage everybody to go onto the website and check out all the previous talks. All the previous speakers and all the previous talks are quite interesting and inspiring. And I have actually greatly enjoyed going over the site and taking a look at all of these talks. They cover very interesting mathematics by very interesting mathematicians with interesting backgrounds and stories. And I can only hope to, at the very least, maintain the quality of the talks and not dilute the overall quality of this series. Regarding my interests, I would say I am interested in number theory, broadly defined. In particular, I enjoy working on problems of a number theoretical nature that arise from other areas. For instance, problems that arise from mathematical logic with a number theoretical flavor. And also, one other theme that has come up in my work is interpreting certain objects that are of interest to number theorists in a different context, or viewing them through the lens of different mathematical areas. In particular, for instance, looking at certain topological or measure theoretic properties of certain sets that are of interest to number theorists. And today's talk will be in number theory, and in particular, it will be in transcendental number theory. And we will get to see what that is all about in the next couple of minutes in the main part of our talk. In the meantime, if you've got any questions regarding anything that I have mentioned, be it about the country Botswana, be it about the African Institute for Mathematical Sciences or the Fields Institute, I would be more than happy to actually talk about this and provide any more additional information or details beyond what you can find online when you search for yourself. All right. I suppose this is probably enough for now, and I will see you in a bit. Thank you.